Welcome back to Perthshire in Scotland, and a very rainy but slightly atmospheric day. So I've been joined by the hounds of the Baskerville. There's a group of dogs out for a walk that have all taken an interest in me metal detecting. So it's a miserable day, it's just me. I've got the waterproofs on, I've got a free hour. So I thought, why not? Let's see what we can find in an hour or two. This field's produced some medieval coins, some Roman coins, and lots of other bits in between. So fingers crossed we can turn up one or two. The old barley stubble is getting quite long. It's been really mild, so it's sprouted again. It's a bit longer than I'd like, but beggars can't be choosers. Let's see how we get on. So it's taken about 20 minutes to get a first decent signal. Somewhere, it is. Sounds very good. Sounds like a coin to me, but let's see what we get. So that's us out the hole, and I'm still joined by this little farmer's dog. Pip, Pip, say hello. Pip. Right, come on Pip. I can't dig the hole with you there. Okay, well there we go. That's a bit different, isn't it? Is it on? It is on. Nope. Is it in there? Nope. Don't worry about the distant sound of rabid dogs. They're all very friendly. They just don't sound it. Yep, sounds like it's in there. Oh my goodness. Looks like we've hit silver on the first hole. Oh, how about that? Question is it hammered or is it a little love token? Oh, for goodness sake, I think it's Roman. It is. I think I've hit a Roman coin on the first signal. Don't believe it. Right, that is not expected at all. There are Roman coins in this field, however, they're generally over on the opposite side. Right, fantastic. Let's give it a clean up and see. So what a start. I definitely wasn't expecting that. As I said, there's Roman coins come off this field, but the vast majority of them have come off. It's a big field on the opposite side of the field. And that is quite a well worn on the back silver denarius. You can just make out a figure standing, the odd letter around the left hand side. The other side though is in pretty good condition. You can see the bust looking to the right. The coin looks like it's been off struck when it's been put in the die to be made. You've got the first letters IMP, which I think is going to be Imperator, I think it stands for, or Emperor. You've got an AUG up here, which is Augustus, and it looks like we've got a G and an E, which is probably Germanicus, Germany, as it's known today. And I'm pretty certain that that is the Emperor Trajan. Trajan was emperor, I think, around about 117, 120 AD. And if anyone's been to Rome and you've seen Trajan's Column, that was a monument built, I think it was after his death, to commemorate his rule. He made a huge amount of money with the expansion of the Roman Empire into Dacia, and he carted off all of their wealth. I'm actually shaking a little bit, so I hope the camera's not too bad, but that is fantastic, absolutely amazing. And on the first hole, so scouting out around the hole, and before I do, I had a little look online and I was out with my dates. Emperor Trajan ruled from 98 to 117 AD. I'm pretty sure it's Trajan, but if it's not, then it might be Hadrian. But I think it is Trajan. But I've got another very good signal here. I'm only about 30 foot away from the last good signal. A little bit of a tinge to it that's maybe not great, but hey, we're going to give it a go. So a couple of spade fills out. We're still in the hole. Nope, still in there somewhere. Right, let's get another spade fill out. We're still in the hole. Is it in the loose stuff or not? No, we're still in the hole. What's that there? It's a leaf. Okay, so right, we're still in the hole, so we're going down and down. Let's see, get another shovel fill out. It's not easy to do one-handed and in the rain. Okay, we're out this time. I don't believe it. I think we've got a bloody hammered coin. I don't believe it. I think we have. We've got a hammered coin. Do you see the shield on the back? That is a hammered silver coin. Right, what a start, what a day. Right, let's give it a wee clean up and see. Well, it is small and it's well worn. But it is definitely hammered silver. On the other side, you can clearly see there's a shield. You've got the fleur-de-lis of France in the top left. You've got the 3 lions of England in the top right and the bottom left, and then it looks like the fleur-de-lis of France again in the other quarter. So I'm going to guess that this is Elizabeth I of England, who famously had her cousin Mary Queen of Scots executed in the I think it was 1576, after keeping her captive for 20 years. But Mary had the last laugh because her son James VI of Scotland went on to become the King of England on the death of Elizabeth in 1603, only to return to Scotland, I think once, never again, in the 1620s. But that's quite a small coin, so I'm guessing that's probably going to be a 3p or a groat. But it is hammered, and it is from the 16th century. What a start. 2 signals in half an hour, 1 denarius from the 1st century, or early 2nd century, and a hammered coin from the 1500s. Amazing. So the Roman silver was over there, the hammered was there about 30 feet away, and right here, got another pretty reasonable signal. Well worth a go. Let's see what we get this time. Well, we're out the hole. But not sounding anywhere near as good, and it is absolutely pouring down with rain. So, is it 3rd time lucky? Where's it gone? Oh, there it is there. It's green. I think we've got a thimble. Looks like we've got, oops, dropped it. It looks like we've got a squashed thimble, I believe. So let's give it a clean up, see if there's any decoration, see if we can figure out how old it might be. Brilliant. So it is indeed a squashed thimble. It's been driven over or been clattered by the plough. It's got a sort of fairly basic decoration on it. It's funny, it's got an iron top to it by the looks of it. Can't say I've had one with an iron top before. So it's just got a plain sort of decoration. I'm guessing probably date wise it's going to be 1800s, maybe into the early 1900s, but they didn't change in design very much over the centuries. So who knows, it could be earlier than that, but the iron top is unusual. Quite common finds out in the fields. Normally find one of these a month, give or take, but if you think it could be older, or if you know why it seems to have an iron top when the rest of it's made of copper, then let me know. Or is that just corrosion that's attached to the top of it? But it definitely looks like iron has been made into it for some reason. Let me know in the comments. So I'm parallel with where I found the hammered coin, and I just get a signal here, but the rain is torrential, so I'm trying to limit how much I use my camera. It didn't sound amazing, and it looks like we've got part of a drawer handle, I am guessing, off an old piece of furniture. First I thought, oh, could be a Roman brooch, but no, I'm pretty certain that that's a piece of furniture fitting. Probably dates to the 1718 into the early 1900s. So we've got hammered drawer handle, and we've got another good signal here, almost 3 in a line. Sounds like a really good signal. Might be a great big bit of aluminium, but it's a very strong sound. Well, we're out in the second hole. Still sounding very noisy. Let's get the probe out and see. Let's see what we've got. Something. Oh. Looks like we've got a great big bit of lead. Let's see what we got. Yeah, now that's interesting, because see how that fits in the palm of the hand? I think that is a palm guard. That is, I think, a palm guard. It's a bit damaged at the edges. It's been turned up slightly, but see, if you were holding this, you would feel how perfectly it fits into the palm of your hand. And this is made of lead, and if it is a palm guard, in the old days, if you were working leather, so if you were stitching leather, you can imagine how difficult it is to get a needle into leather. Then what you would do is you would strap this to your hand, and that would act as a protector, so when you were working the needle, you weren't stabbing yourself. These are quite old, or they can be quite old. These can date back to, all the way back to the Roman period, but they were most common in the medieval and the post-medieval period. So I wonder if this could be contemporary with the hammered coin, or even the Roman coin. And it's also interesting that barely 10-12 feet away I got a thimble. So could the thimble be contemporary with the palm guard? That's a nice find. I found a few of these over the years. In fact, I got one out of this field, not a million miles away from where I am, in the springtime. So I'll have a look on my GPS when I get home and see just how far away it was, but I think it's probably within about 50 metres of where I got the last one. So good find, and a very nice bit of history. Well, we've got another decent one here. Well worth a go. I think this might be my last signal, because the rain's just relentless, and I'm worried about water getting into the detector, because the cover that I've got over it isn't the best. So let's see what we get. So we're out the hole. I don't know if I dug in the wrong place or it was just deeper. This bit of pottery's turned up. At least I think it's pottery. Looks like a base of something. And it's got this kind of brown glaze. I don't think that's part of a field drain. I think that's a piece of sort of salt glaze type pottery. I'm not certain, but there's a few experts out there. Cleggy, if you're watching, give me your take on that. Is that a piece of pottery? And if it is, how old could it be? Let me know. But anyway, signal. Let's try and track it down. Here? Nope. Here? Nope. Here. It looks like it's going to be small, whatever it is. It's still in here, oh my god. I can't believe it. I think that's another hammered coin. That is. What a day. Ah, the boys are going to be furious. I didn't even tell them I was coming out. I didn't think anyone would want to come because it's so miserable, but that is a hammered silver coin again. Again, it looks quite worn, but let's give it a clean up and see who it might be. So some things are worth getting soaked for. It's definitely a hammered coin, and I believe it's from the same period as the other hammered coin. It's got a little crack in it. It's very smooth on this side. It's quite smooth on the other side. However, more importantly, I can just make out a date. At the top, 1567. And you can see the same kind of shield design in the centre. And 1567, that's about 10 or 12 years after Elizabeth I took the throne of England. She was the illegitimate daughter of Henry VIII. Originally it was Lady Grey was the 9-day Queen of England or something like that, I think they called her, because she only ruled for 9 or so days before Mary took the throne. Bloody Mary. She reintroduced Catholicism to England, and I think she was on the throne for about 7 or 8 years before Elizabeth then took the throne in the 1550s. So this is I'm guessing it's probably a groat or a threepence of Queen Elizabeth I of England. How about that? A denarius of Trajan, 2 hammered coins of Elizabeth I, a thimble, and what I think is a palm guard. So that is fantastic. Over the moon. So how about that for a few hours digging in the pouring rain in Perthshire, Scotland. So we've got what I think is a palm guard for leather working, a bit of a drawer handle, a thimble which has got a sort of curious iron tip to it, and not 1, not 2, but 3 silver coins. We've got a denarius at the top, which I think is the Emperor Trajan, which dates to 98 to 117 AD. Trajan's column in Rome, if anyone's visited. Beautifully, ornately carved pillar that stands very close to the Colosseum. And 2 hammered coins, which are both, I think, Elizabeth I of England. Probably both groats or threepences. But they're both hammered, they're both silver. And the one at the bottom has the date of 1567. What a day. Well worth coming out in the rain for a few hours. Over the moon with that. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I think the rain we've had over the last few weeks, I think, has really helped to bring out the signals. Because a couple of these coins were pretty deep. So over the moon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.